Listen, I don't know what's been holding you back. I don't know what struggles you faced, what doubts have crept into your mind, or how many times you've thought about quitting. But I came here to tell you one thing. It's your time now. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more hoping that success will just show up at your door. Your moment isn't in the future, it's right now. Too many people are sitting on their dreams. Too many people are letting fear dictate their actions. Too many people are watching others rise while they stay stuck. But not you, not today. Today is the day you take control. Today is the day you step into your greatness. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is the moment you decide to go after your dreams. Too many people are waiting for a perfect moment, a sign from the universe or the stars to align before they take action. But the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. If you keep waiting for it, you'll never move. You'll stay stuck in the same place, watching others progress while you hold yourself back. Every single person who has achieved something great had to take a leap of faith at some point. They didn't wait for the conditions to be ideal. They made them ideal by taking action. The difference between successful people and those who never reached their potential isn't talent or intelligence. It's their ability to move forward despite uncertainty. Think about all the times you said, I'll start next week. I'll do it when I'm ready. Or I just need a little more time. What has that waiting done for you? Has it gotten you any closer to your goal? More often than not, that waiting turns into procrastination. And before you know it, weeks turn into months and months turn into years. The people who win in life are the ones who stop hesitating and start doing. They understand that progress comes from action, not from sitting around and thinking about it. You have to realize that you are never going to feel completely ready. There will always be something that seems like a reason to wait. Fear, doubt, lack of resources, lack of experience. But if you let those things control you, you'll never take the first step. You don't need to have everything figured out before you start. You don't need to be the best on day one. What you need is the courage to begin, even when it's uncomfortable. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone, and the only way to get there is by stepping forward before you feel fully prepared. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have made it to where you want to be. They all started somewhere. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master once struggled. Every champion had a moment where they doubted themselves, but they pushed through. The only difference between them and the ones who never make it is that they didn't let their doubts stop them. They understood that success isn't about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about creating opportunities by taking action. Most people don't fail because they aren't good enough. They fail because they never start. They let their fears dictate their decisions instead of taking control of their destiny. They talk about what they're going to do, but they never follow through. Talking about your dreams doesn't make them happen. Doing the work does. If you want to see change, you have to move. You have to take risks. You have to stop waiting for everything to be perfect because it never will be. There are people out there with half your talent who are living their dreams because they took action while you waited. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for the fear to go away. They didn't wait for someone to hand them an opportunity. They got up and made it happen. If you don't do the same, you'll be sitting in the same spot a year from now, wondering why nothing has changed. The only way to move forward is to start, no matter how small the step may be. Some people think they need to have everything figured out before they can begin. They feel like they need the perfect plan, the best strategy, or all the right connections. But the reality is, the most successful people learn as they go. They start where they are with what they have, and they figure things out along the way. They don't wait until they feel confident. They build confidence by taking action. Every day you wait is a day wasted. Every day you hesitate is a day you could have used to grow, to learn, to get better. You have to take ownership of your time. You have to stop giving yourself excuses. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you'll never get started. And if you never start, you'll never win. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your decision to go after them. When you finally decide to move, to take that first step, you'll realize that the fear you had was never as big as you thought. You'll see that the hardest part was just getting started. The momentum you build from that first action will push you forward, and before you know it, you'll be on your way. But none of that can happen if you don't make a decision right now to stop waiting and start doing. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. What you need is to believe in yourself enough to take that first step today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Because today is all you have. And it's time to make it count. Excuses don't build success, hard work does. Every time you make an excuse, you delay your future. Every time you tell yourself you're too tired, too busy, too inexperienced, or not ready, you're giving yourself permission to stay stuck. And the truth is, nothing changes when you stay stuck. Nothing improves when you allow excuses to control your actions. Excuses are the number one reason why people never reach their potential. They create a false sense of security, making you believe that you have a valid reason to hold back. But deep down, you know the truth. You know that the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to put in the work. People who achieve success don't allow excuses to define their actions. They understand that there will always be challenges, obstacles, and reasons to quit. But they refuse to let those things stop them. They find a way forward, no matter what. They wake up early, stay late, do the extra work, and push through when it's hard. They don't wait for motivation, they create discipline. They don't wait for things to get easier. They learn to get stronger. The difference between winners and those who fall behind isn't luck or talent. It's the ability to push past excuses and do the work anyway. It's easy to justify why you haven't started. It's easy to say, I don't have enough time, I don't have the right connections, or I don't know how. But every successful person started with challenges just like you. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't have everything handed to them. They figured it out. They worked through the struggles, adapted, learned, and improved. The people who make it in life aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refuse to let their circumstances become an excuse. Every excuse you make is a delay on your success. Every day you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, you push your dreams further away. You have to ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to wait? How many opportunities are you going to let slip by because you keep making excuses? How much more time will you waste talking about what you're going to do instead of actually doing it? The reality is, success isn't convenient. It doesn't come when it's comfortable. It doesn't show up when everything is perfect. Success comes when you decide that nothing, not your fears, not your doubts, not your circumstances, will stop you from going after what you want. Success comes when you push through on the days you don't feel like it. When you keep moving forward, even when it's hard. It's about showing up, doing the work, and staying committed no matter what. Some people spend their entire lives making excuses, blaming their lack of success on everything but themselves. They blame their upbringing, their environment, their job, their lack of resources. But there are people who came from worse situations and still found a way to win. There are people who had less and did more. The difference, they didn't accept excuses. They didn't let their situation define their future. You have to take full responsibility for where you are and where you're going. No one else is coming to save you. No one else is going to do the work for you. If you want to change your life, you have to be the one to do it. You have to decide that no matter what obstacles come your way, you will find a way to push through. You will stop making excuses and start making progress. It's easy to blame your circumstances. It's easy to say you don't have the right education, background, or resources. But you know what's harder? Taking ownership of your life and putting in the work. And that's why most people don't do it. Because it's hard. Because it requires sacrifice. Because it means stepping outside of your comfort zone and putting in more effort than you ever had before. But the ones who are willing to do that, they're the ones who succeed. You have to stop looking for the easy way out. There is no shortcut to success. There is no magic formula. It's just work. It's just consistency. It's just getting up every day and pushing forward, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you failed before, even when no one else believes in you. Because at the end of the day, your success is your responsibility. No one else can make it happen for you. The only way to get what you want is to put in the effort, not once, not twice, but every single day. If you want more out of life, you have to give more. If you want success, you have to earn it. And that means killing the excuses, holding yourself accountable, and putting in the work, no matter what. Your mindset determines your results. Everything you achieve or fail to achieve starts in your mind. If you believe you can do something, you'll find a way. If you believe you can't, you'll find an excuse. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the ones who have mastered their mindset. They have trained their minds to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, on solutions rather than problems. They understand that success starts with the way you think, the way you talk to yourself, and the way you handle setbacks. Your thoughts shape your actions. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not capable enough, you will act according to those beliefs. You will hesitate, doubt yourself, and miss opportunities. But if you train yourself to believe that you are capable, that you are strong, and that you can figure things out, you will move differently. You will take more risks, push through fear, and take action even when things are uncertain. Your mind is your most powerful tool, but only if you control it instead of letting it control you. Every challenge you face is won or lost in your mind before it even happens in reality. When you come up against an obstacle, do you immediately look for a way around it, or do you tell yourself it's impossible? When things get tough, do you push forward or do you give up? Your mindset is what makes the difference between quitting and persevering, between success and failure. The people who win in life are the ones who refuse to accept defeat, who see every failure as a lesson, and who never let temporary setbacks define their long-term potential. The biggest mistake people make is allowing their negative thoughts to control them. They let fear dictate their decisions. They let self-doubt hold them back. They allow their past failures to shape their future. But just because you failed before doesn't mean you'll fail again. Just because you've struggled in the past doesn't mean you're doomed to struggle forever. The key to success is learning how to shift your mindset, how to train yourself to think differently, how to program your brain to see opportunities instead of obstacles. One of the most important things you can do is to develop a mindset of resilience. Life is not going to be easy. There will be struggles, setbacks, and disappointments. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to let those difficulties break them. Instead, they use them as fuel. They use their struggles to get stronger, to get smarter, to get better. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves. They don't sit around blaming other people or circumstances. They take responsibility, adapt, and keep moving forward. Your thoughts create your reality. If you constantly focus on what's wrong, what's missing, and what's holding you back, that is exactly what you will experience in your life. But if you train yourself to focus on what's possible, on what's within your control, and on what you can do to improve, you will find a way forward no matter what. Your brain is always looking for evidence to support what you believe. If you believe you're capable, your brain will find ways to prove it. If you believe you're not, your brain will find evidence to confirm that too. The choice is yours. People with a strong mindset don't let their emotions control them. They don't let fear stop them from taking action. They don't let self-doubt talk them out of opportunities. They have trained themselves to act despite fear, to move forward even when they're uncertain, and to stay committed even when they don't feel like it. They understand that success is not about feelings. It's about discipline. It's about making a decision and sticking to it no matter how hard it gets. Most people never reach their full potential because they allow their mindset to hold them back. They believe success is for other people. They think they're not good enough. They let the opinions of others dictate their self-worth. But the truth is, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. If you believe in your potential, if you believe in your ability to figure things out, you can overcome any obstacle. You can achieve things you never thought possible. But it starts with the way you think. You have to reprogram your mind for success. You have to replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations. You have to train yourself to see failure as feedback, to view obstacles as stepping stones, and to understand that every challenge you face is preparing you for something greater. Your mindset is your greatest weapon, but only if you sharpen it, strengthen it, and use it to push yourself forward every single day. Discipline is the foundation of success. It is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. Many people rely on motivation to push them forward, but motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. Some days you wake up feeling inspired and ready to take on the world. Other days you feel exhausted, discouraged, or uninterested. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never reach your full potential. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It is the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. Discipline is about making a commitment to yourself and sticking to it no matter what. It means showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It means pushing through when things get tough. It means sacrificing short-term comfort for long-term success. Most people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they lack the discipline to be consistent. They start something, get excited, but the moment it becomes difficult, they quit. They look for shortcuts. easy ways out, or excuses to avoid putting in the work. But the truth is, there is no shortcut to success. The only way to get what you want is through discipline, consistency, and hard work. Every successful person has mastered discipline. Athletes wake up early, train hard, and push themselves beyond their limits every day. Entrepreneurs sacrifice sleep, work long hours, and stay focused on their vision. Artists, musicians, and professionals in every field dedicate years to perfecting their craft. It's not because they always feel like doing it. It's because they understand that success is built on habits, and habits are built through discipline. They don't rely on how they feel in the moment. They rely on their commitment to the process. The problem is that most people want results without effort. They want to be in great shape without exercising. They want to be wealthy without working hard. They want to be successful without making sacrifices. But life doesn't work that way. You get out what you put in. If you are not willing to stay disciplined, you will never achieve the level of success you desire. You might have big dreams, but without discipline, they will remain dreams. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not luck or opportunity. It is discipline, persistence, and the ability to keep going when things get tough. Discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. You don't have to do everything right all the time, but you have to show up every day. It's about making small, disciplined choices over time that lead to big results. Skipping one workout won't ruin your progress, but constantly making excuses will. Eating one unhealthy meal won't destroy your health, but a pattern of bad decisions will. The key to success is developing daily habits that align with your goals and having the discipline to stick to them. One of the most important aspects of discipline is learning to control your impulses. We live in a world that encourages instant gratification, social media, fast food, entertainment. Everything is designed to give you immediate pleasure with minimal effort. But success requires delayed gratification. It requires saying no to distractions, temptations, and short-term pleasures in order to focus on long-term rewards. It means choosing hard work over laziness, focus over entertainment, and progress over comfort. It's about training yourself to resist the things that hold you back and prioritize the things that move you forward. There will be days when you don't feel like showing up, days when you're tired, frustrated, or discouraged. But discipline is about doing it anyway. It's about reminding yourself why you started in the first place and refusing to let temporary emotions dictate your actions. The most successful people are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who keep going despite their struggles. They understand that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. The great thing about discipline is that it compounds over time. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. Every time you push yourself to do something difficult, you become more disciplined. Every time you stick to a habit, resist an excuse, or follow through on a commitment, you build mental toughness. Over time, discipline becomes a way of life. It becomes second nature. The things that once felt difficult become easier because you have trained yourself to be consistent. If you want to be successful, you have to commit to discipline. You have to be willing to do what most people won't. You have to be willing to show up when others quit, to push through when others give up, to stay focused when others get distracted. Discipline is not about being the best. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about progress, consistency, and a relentless commitment to your goals. Success is not about luck, talent, or circumstances. It's about consistency. The people who achieve their goals are not necessarily the smartest, the most gifted, or the ones who had everything handed to them. They are the ones who show up every single day, put in the work, and refuse to quit. Consistency is what separates those who talk about success from those who actually achieve. It is the discipline of showing up even when you don't feel like it, even when it's inconvenient, and even when results aren't coming as fast as you want them to. Most people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they lack the patience to stay consistent. They start something, get excited, and work hard for a few weeks or months, but when they don't see immediate results, they lose motivation. They start making excuses, skipping days, and eventually quit. They move on to something else, repeating the same cycle over and over. The truth is, success is not about how hard you work in short bursts. It's about how long you can stay committed. The people who win are the ones who keep going long after the excitement has worn off. Consistency is about building habits that align with your goals. You don't get in shape by working out once in a while. You get in shape by exercising regularly. You don't build a successful business by working hard for a few months. You build it by showing up every single day for years. You don't become an expert in anything by practicing occasionally. You become great by putting in the time over and over again. Every small action you take adds up. It may not seem like much in the moment, but over time, those small actions create massive results. The problem is that most people underestimate the power of consistency. They think that success is about making big, dramatic moves. They believe that one big effort will change everything. But success is not about one big effort. It's about thousands of small efforts, repeated day after day. It's about waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's about making sacrifices when no one is watching. It's about doing the boring, repetitive work that most people aren't willing to do. One of the biggest obstacles to consistency is impatience. People want results fast. They want to see instant progress. But real success takes time. It takes months, years, sometimes even decades of consistent effort. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who are willing to play the long game. They don't quit just because things aren't happening as quickly as they'd like. They trust the process. They understand that every day they put in the work, they are getting closer to their goal, even if they can't see the results yet. Another major challenge is dealing with setbacks. No matter how consistent you are, there will be times when things don't go as planned. You might get sick, go through a personal struggle, or face unexpected obstacles. The key is to keep going anyway. Success is not about never falling. It's about getting back up every time you do. It's about staying committed even when life tries to pull you off track. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never quit. Consistency is also about self-discipline. There will always be distractions, temptations, and reasons to take it easy. But if you want to achieve something great, you have to be willing to make sacrifices. You have to be willing to say no to things that don't align with your goals. That means staying focused when others are wasting time. That means putting in the work when others are making excuses. That means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. One of the best ways to stay consistent is to have a strong reason why. If your reason for doing something is weak, it will be easy to quit when things get tough. But if your reason is strong, you will find a way to keep going no matter what. Think about why you started in the first place. Think about what's at stake if you quit. Think about the future you want to create. When you have a powerful reason, it becomes easier to stay committed. Small, consistent actions create momentum. At first, it may feel like nothing is happening. It may seem like your effort isn't making a difference. But over time, your consistency will build up. Just like water dripping on a rock eventually wears it down, your daily actions will create lasting change. The people who reach their goals are not the ones who work hard for a short period of time. They are the ones who work hard for as long as it takes. If you want to be successful, you must commit to consistency. You must be willing to put in the work day after day, even when it's hard. You must be willing to keep going, even when progress is slow. You must be willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. It won't always be easy, but if you stay consistent, you will get there. The people who stay the course are the ones who win in the end. Your mindset is the key to everything. It determines how you respond to challenges, how you handle failure, and how far you will go in life. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not just talent or opportunity, it's the way they think. A strong, growth-focused mindset allows you to push past obstacles, stay committed to your goals, and believe in your own ability to improve. Without the right mindset, even the best opportunities will be wasted. With the right mindset, even the biggest challenges can be turned into opportunities for growth. Most people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they allow doubt, fear, and negativity to control them. They let setbacks define them. They listen to the voices that say, you're not good enough, you'll never make it, or it's too late for you. They believe their limitations are permanent, so they never even try. But the truth is, success is not about being perfect. It's about believing that you can get better. It's about knowing that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone. The most successful people are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who refuse to give up when they do. A growth mindset is about understanding that you are not stuck where you are. You can improve. You can learn. You can get better if you put in the effort. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities, not as threats. When you shift your mindset from I can't do this to I can't do this yet, but I will, everything changes. You stop fearing failure and start using it as a tool for growth. You stop making excuses and start taking responsibility. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start taking action now. Your mind is powerful. What you focus on grows. If you constantly focus on what's wrong, on what you lack, or on why things won't work, you will attract more of that negativity into your life. But if you focus on solutions, on possibilities, and on what you can do, you will start to see new opportunities. The way you think shapes your reality. If you believe you are stuck, you will stay stuck. If you believe you are capable, you will find a way. One of the biggest mistakes people make is allowing their circumstances to control their mindset. They let external things like past failures, other people's opinions, or temporary setbacks determine what they believe about themselves. But true power comes when you take control of your own thoughts. No matter what happens around you, you always have the ability to choose how you think. You can choose to see obstacles as excuses to quit, or you can choose to see them as tests to make you stronger. Fear is one of the biggest killers of potential. It keeps people stuck in their comfort zones, afraid to take risks, afraid to fail, afraid to go after what they really want. But fear is just an illusion. It's not real until you give it power. The people who succeed are not the ones who never feel fear. They are the ones who take action despite their fear. They understand that fear is a sign that they are stepping into something bigger, something that will challenge them to grow. Instead of running from fear, they embrace it. Your environment also plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. If you surround yourself with negative people, people who doubt you, people who complain, people who make excuses, it will be almost impossible to maintain a strong mindset. Their negativity will wear you down. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, who believe in possibilities, and who push you to be better, you will absorb that energy. You will start to believe in yourself more. You will push yourself harder. You will see new possibilities that you never noticed before. Another key to developing the right mindset is controlling what you consume. The things you watch, the books you read, the conversations you have, all of these things influence your thoughts. If you spend hours scrolling through negativity on social media, watching content that fills your mind with doubt and fear, or engaging in conversations that drain your energy, your mindset will suffer. But if you fill your mind with things that inspire you, with stories of people who overcame challenges, with knowledge that helps you grow, you will build a mindset that empowers you. One of the most powerful shifts you can make is taking full responsibility for your life. Many people blame their circumstances, their past, or other people for where they are. They say, I can't succeed because of my background, or I don't have the right opportunities. But as long as you blame something outside of yourself, you give away your power. The moment you take full responsibility and say, no matter what happens, I am in control of my future, everything changes. You stop waiting for things to change and start making them change. Success is never just about external factors. It starts in your mind. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. If you want to change your life, you must first change the way you think. You must believe that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you have the power to create the future you want. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you will achieve. And once you master it, nothing can stop you. Taking action is the most critical step towards success. Many people have dreams, ambitions, and plans, but very few take consistent action to turn those dreams into reality. They spend time thinking about what they want, researching, making vision boards, and talking about their goals, but they never take the necessary steps to move forward. The truth is, no matter how much knowledge you acquire, no matter how detailed your plans are, nothing will change until you take action. Success is not about what you know, it's about what you do with what you know. The reason most people fail to take action is that they wait for the perfect moment. They tell themselves they'll start when they have more money, more experience, more time, or more confidence. But the perfect moment never comes. There will always be a reason to wait. There will always be something that feels like it's not quite right. If you wait for everything to be perfect before you start, you will never start. The most successful people are not the ones who had everything figured out from the beginning. They are the ones who started before they felt ready. They took action despite their doubts, fears, and uncertainties. Action creates momentum. The first step is always the hardest because it requires breaking through fear, self-doubt, and hesitation. But once you start, things begin to move. Even if your first attempt isn't perfect, you are still ahead of the person who never started. Every small action you take brings you closer to your goal. The more you do, the more confidence you gain. The more confidence you gain, the more you do. Success is a cycle fueled by action. One of the biggest mistakes people make is overanalyzing. They spend too much time thinking and not enough time doing. They get caught up in researching every detail, looking for the best strategy and trying to predict every possible outcome. This leads to analysis paralysis, the inability to move forward because they are stuck in planning mode. But no amount of research can replace experience. The best way to learn is by doing. Every mistake you make teaches you something. Every failure brings you closer to success. You don't have to know everything before you start. You just have to start. Fear of failure is another reason people hesitate to take action. They worry about making mistakes, looking foolish, or facing criticism. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey to success. Every successful person has failed multiple times. The difference is they didn't let failure stop them. They learned from it, adjusted their approach, and kept going. The only true failure is quitting. As long as you keep taking action, you are still in the game. People often underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. They think that success comes from making one big move, one life-changing decision. But real success is built on the small things you do every day. If you take just one step toward your goal every single day, imagine where you will be in a year. It's not about massive leaps. It's about steady progress. One action leads to another, and over time, those small steps add up to something significant. One of the best ways to stay consistent in taking action is to eliminate distractions. It's easy to get sidetracked by things that don't matter. Social media, television, meaningless tasks. Many people stay busy without being productive. They mistake activity for progress. But being busy is not the same as taking meaningful action. You have to be intentional about how you spend your time. Focus on the things that actually move you closer to your goal. Cut out anything that doesn't serve your vision. Accountability is another powerful tool for taking action. When you keep your goals to yourself, it's easy to make excuses and procrastinate. But when you share your goals with someone else, you create a sense of responsibility. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, a friend, or a mastermind group, having someone to hold you accountable can push you to take action even when you don't feel like it. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, push you, and encourage you to keep going. Taking action also requires resilience. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and moments when you feel like giving up, but you must push through. No journey to success is smooth. The path is filled with ups and downs, but the ones who keep moving forward are the ones who make it. Develop the mindset that no matter what happens, you will keep going. Adapt when necessary, but never stop taking action. The reality is that most people never reach their full potential because they never take the first step. They let fear, doubt, and excuses hold them back. But the moment you decide to take action, everything changes. You stop waiting for things to happen and start making things happen. You stop talking about what you're going to do and start doing it. You take control of your future. Nothing is more powerful than action. It is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. If you want success, if you want change, if you want to live the life you dream of, the time to act is now.